trucks to parachute planes. Let's see where we drift to. Buffers in reverse, roadsides wrecked. It's CK gaming time. Driving trains, trucks to parachute planes. Let's see where we drift to. Buffers in reverse, roadsides wrecked. It's CK gaming time. Driving trains, gaining destinations, forgetting to stop. Driving through red lights, bad buffer stops. It's time for CK Sim Gaming. CK Sim Gaming time. CK Sim Gaming. CK Sim Gaming. Driving through stations, forgetting to stop. Driving through red lights, bad buffer stops. It's time for CK Sim Gaming.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another stream. Good sounds coming out there. That's brilliant. Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to another stream on American trucks today. As I've done a couple of streams recently with Euro trucks, I thought I'd do some American trucks for a change. But also thought I'd do something a little bit, well, not different, but I just thought, why don't I start a new profile up? So that's what I'm going to do. So I've just made a new profile up, so I'm literally going to be starting from scratch on this profile. So let's get into the game itself, and then we'll go from there. Let's have a look. So, right, so I've made a new profile up. Just waiting for it to pop up on the screen. There we go. So it's called CK 2025, starting on 0. I've only just made it up. I still haven't even done my first little job that you have to do yet. So I literally just made it up. Now I've got some mods installed as well. Just have a quick show you what mods I've got installed in here. So I've got a few. Got some Daniel's ATS random events mod. Got actual day-night time mod. That's a Steam Workshop thing that adjusts the time, sunset times throughout the year. Got the realistic trucks visit mods. Got some sound packs. Got a lot of engine sound packs on here. Got Sissel's mega pack. Got a couple of trailer AI packs, and then I've got some more American City mods down here, which were made by the same person that did the Grand Utopia map, and that basically allows you to visit more towns and cities on the base maps. So he's added some more delivery points, so in these areas then you're able to drop off and pick up from more places. I thought I'd give that a go. So just for this profile, of course I will still be playing the game with my other profile as well, which has everything on it. So, but it's just I just wanted to leave that one alone and then just add some stuff to this profile and then see how it goes with this. So anyway, back to where I was. Right, so anyway, I'm going to continue my career, and I've set my home garage to Roswell, New Mexico, which is where obviously all the alien stuff goes on. So you see a lot of stuff around the town as you drive around, which is quite good fun. See how we get on. So I think I've got to take some scaffolding round the corner, because whenever you start a new profile you always have to do a job, which is quite a small job, literally just kind of, I suppose it's just to help get you used to the car, although now you've got the training centre as well. So we got some scaffolding to take, which literally is just kind of, as I said, just up the road. Well, 29 miles. If this was the one-to-one scale map, this would be a half an hour drive, but Let me know if you find that the engine sounds are a bit loud. I can always turn them down a little bit. So we're in a Peterbilt for this one. As I said, doing quick jobs, it allows you to try different trucks out. And there's lots of grey roads on here. Talking about ATS, there is a new map coming out. I think it's Iowa. Comes out July the 10th. And that'll be one that I'll be getting. And then I'll be doing my usual let's drive around and visit all the towns on the map on that DLC. I don't have any real company mods installed on this profile, so all the companies are all based on the ones that come in the game, so you won't see any Starbucks or McDonald's on here. One reason I didn't install it is because I didn't know what effect it might have on the other mods that I've installed that had more places in, so I didn't want it to break it, so I've just left it as that for now. I can always have the real company's mod on the other profile, which I think I already have, or I did remove it, I think, because I wanted to check out the new DLCs of all the fictional companies that they have. So, but once I've played the new DLC that's coming out for a little bit, then I'll put it back on again. Trouble is with this, I suppose I can see the signal over there. So as I said, most of the stream will be just driving quick jobs. I think it'll take me a little while before I've got enough to get a truck again on this profile. So I said it's just a bit like my other profiles really. It'll just be a profile that I'll go and play now and again. I'll still be playing on my other main ATS profile more, but this one is just to check out what some of these mods were like really, without it interfering with my other profile. I like to do that sometimes, just have profiles set up, just have certain mods on them, just so they don't conflict with each other. But as it was New Mexico, I thought, well, on my other profile, San Francisco is the home base, and then I thought, well, you know what, I'll have Roswell as the home base for this one. Because it's kind of, it's not exactly in the centre, obviously, but it's kind of centralised towards some of the newer DLCs on the eastern, towards that go eastwards, so it just makes it a little bit easier at first just to travel to some of those DLCs rather than basing myself in California again, and then because it does take a while for you to increase your range and stuff when you start from scratch, and you kind of forget about it. You know, when you've got a profile that's got everything on it, you kind of forget what it's like. You know, how much the game's changed over time. You know, how things have been opened up over time. For example, you know, some of you might not remember a time when you were playing ETS or ATS where if you run out of fuel, you could be saved. You know, you could just click a button to have someone to come out and give you some more fuel. In the past, you'd have to teleport to the service centre, for example, if you run out of fuel. Get penalised, or you know, or in the past you had to, you know, you couldn't have the free roam option. Hey Carter. as I was explaining, I've just started a new profile up on here, so it's almost like starting from scratch again. So I'm going to be doing quick jobs for the minute. So this is the first job that I'm actually doing on this new profile, which is where you have to do like a short drive somewhere. Wosies, hello, thanks for the follow. I think you were just in Carter's stream, weren't you? We're taking some scaffolding anyway. As I said, I've started this profile with my home garage in Roswell, New Mexico. Trouble is, you can't really see, not unless I mess about with my view angle. But it will be, as I said, quick drives for the time being. Because I need to get enough money on this one to actually get a truck. So we're in a Peterbilt at the minute. I don't like that. Yeah, I might have to fiddle on my next job. I think just move the seating angle a bit, because you're kind of looking left. Oh, I suppose you can do that, but I remember followed the Carter channel, but you came up on my proposal. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a little bit different. Instead of taxis around Barcelona, this is just driving a truck. But you're kind of seeing ATS from the very beginning again, in a way. So I don't know if you play America Truck Sim or not. And as there's a Steam sale on, I think it's quite cheap at the moment. So if it's a game that you've not got and you like the look of it, then yeah, maybe add it to your list. Right, anyway, we're at the drop-off point, and it's probably going to ask me to park somewhere, so I'm going to stick it over here. Let's see what we got to do here. Well, that's going to be quite an interesting that's going to be quite an interesting park up there. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I've got enough room to manoeuvre. We'll see. I think we might be alright, actually. Just got to somehow get around here without hitting the wall. Might have to go around a little bit more. Try from here. I'm using the drone camera. The manoeuvrability of these trucks aren't as good as the European ones either. Just have to come in at a slight angle really, and then you can sort of just tilt it round a bit. Yeah, well, they've been going through base map Carder, upgrading everywhere, so you'll probably drive around Switzerland and Austria, for example, when everything's changed so much. Also, as I said, they're working on the Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg area now. So they're going around doing all that, you know, revamping all the areas that was from there, you know, redoing Amsterdam and Rotterdam and Luxembourg. Right, anyway, so that was the first job, so I got a little bit for that. And now I'm going to be going into quick job mode. Well, the thing is, I always think that years ago that that would be quite an unrealistic camera. But you know, if you think about it, right, these days, what you could do is, if you're a driver, you could basically have yourself your little drone, and you could put the drone up, and then you could literally have a little screen, and your drone could literally be like that camera there, and then you could then use the drone camera streaming live to your tablet or whatever to actually use that as a reversing cam. That's how I think of it these days. I mean, when this game come out, that was probably something that wasn't really possible, but in reality, you could kind of do that now, couldn't you? Well, I think you could. Just have a little tablet on your dashboard, and then you can use that to help reverse with a camera, with a drone hovering above you. Why not? Of course, it'd probably, if you had every truck driver in a yard doing it, then you'd have lots of drones. All be a bit of chaos, but I mean, you can buy drones that follow you around while you're riding your bike. So I mean, you could have a drone that follows your truck as you're driving it or reversing. Right, so anyway, what I've got to do now is I can only do quick jobs because, as I said, this is a brand new profile which I've only just started. And so we can either do a job from Roswell, or we can go to Carlsbad, or no, Artesia, which is where we left off from, and then just do it in a chain. So let's just see what jobs we got from this one. We got some milk, packaged goods, frozen foods. And as I go through all the levels again, and obviously more of the game opens up. But this is the game currently with all the DLCs. So you've got Missouri, Arkansas, which was the two more recent ones. And I think Iowa's up here. So I think that's where Iowa goes once the Iowa DLC comes out. And then they're also working on Illinois at the moment, which is Chicago. Which I think is this one, isn't it? I think. Is that one Illinois? Or that one might be Illinois. I can't remember. But anyway. But yeah, you got quite a few now. It's spreading out a bit. You got Texas here, and then obviously they'll have the other ones coming in as well. So we'll just carry on. Let's have a look. Buttermilk. I'm just trying to think of the ones that also have quite good money. What's this one here? Packaged food. That takes me to another place in New Mexico. All this one here, packaged food to Tucumcari, although that takes me through Roswell as well. So let's have a look at Roswell, where I started from, and seeing what we got here. Roswell to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Frozen food, that's not too bad. If you let me know if there's any jobs that you see while I'm going through that you would fancy me taking. You know, I want to try and... Fortunately, I don't currently have a PC except a laptop, but I plan to eventually buy a new one. What you could do, Rosie, is what a lot of people do with consoles, for example, is they can still play this game, but what they do is they use NVIDIA... Oh, what's it called? That NVIDIA gaming service. And then they can then stream a game, I think it is, to their laptop or whatever while they're playing it. Some people use it on the console so they can still play Euro Trucks, and then they have it all going through their NVIDIA account. I'm trying to think what it's called now, but some people that have had consoles do that, so then they can still play Euro Trucks and American Trucks on consoles. Because I think you can buy games through Steam, and then you can link it to your NVIDIA account, and then you can then stream those games to your console, and then play it through the telly or whatever, TV or whatever. I don't know if it works on PlayStation now. I think it might be Xbox. I'm not sure, but some of my viewers play it that way. So yeah, let me know if there's anything you see on here that you'd like me to take. It doesn't really. I'm not really bothered about the money so much. So we got big tires, empty pallets. We got trees. So I'm guessing that would be like timber, wouldn't it, really? Scaffolding. Well, we've just done scaffolding. Mortar. That sounds a bit too dangerous for me. Frozen. As I said, there's lots of different things here. Packed lumber. I've got a feeling that I'm probably going to have to just choose my own jobs, I think, because I think chat is a little bit here and there. So let's have a look, shall we? Big tyres. I'm surprised Egbert's not here, actually. Soybean. Well, that goes into Texas. El Paso. I'm not really bothered about what truck it is either. I think I'm just going to do this one here with the trees. Be interested to see what that one's like. Whether or not we have to get some timber loaded up. Oh, so this one is a Freightliner. See, when I think of Freightliner, I think of a Class 66. I don't think... Oh, here we go. Oh, they're already on the back. Oh, okay. So, I didn't know if it was going to be like... okay. Anyway, we're on a Freightliner truck. And I've got the Carder-compatible windows open. Got to try out the horn. Now you can adjust the seating angles as well on this. There's somebody messing around. Let me just read what you've just written there, Wowsy. Oh, sorry, Carter. I don't know if there's like a big delay. I'll do the trees anyway. Big tyres. We'll see what comes up for the next job. And then that truck looks beautiful inside and out. Yeah, yeah, it does look quite nice in there, doesn't it? You could got your microwave and your television and stuff in the back there. I'm just going to just stop a minute because I'm just going to adjust the seating a little bit. I'd just like to change the field of view a little bit as well. Just to have a little bit more zoomed out maybe. There you go. Just to get the mirrors in. Then I don't have to have the mirrors up. And probably maybe down a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. Right. So yeah, it's just a little bit zoomed out really. Just means I can see the mirrors in one go. All these grey roads now. So this is 198 miles. Now, if this was on my map I was playing yesterday, that would be about 3 hours driving. Oh, you play TSW, do you, Wowsy? Wowsies, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of us play it. Also, Train Sim Classic as well. So I do have some mods installed as well, like for example Sissel's trailer mod, which is why you'll see some different trailers and stuff. You know what that dashboard reminds me of? It reminds me a bit like, you know when you get is it like Reaver Tuner or all those apps on the PC where basically like that bit with the speedo is basically telling you what your PC fan temperatures are or your temperature in your PC or something. It's kind of got that look to it. You know, when you want to look up your CPU or see what's going on your PC. I did actually buy a couple of things in the Steam sale today, but they were mainly just some trailer packs I had for ETS2 that I hadn't got yet, and as they were half price I thought I'd get them, because I was going to get some the other month but they were still full price, so I thought, well, I'll wait for them to be like 50% off in the sale. So there really wasn't a lot for ETS and ATS to pick up, to be honest. It was literally just, there was just something on ATS that I didn't have, which I think was like some Michelin fan pack or something. It's only like £1 something. So that was basically all my spending in the Steam sale, really. So we got some viewpoints coming up as well, which you can go on. So we'll have a look at that viewpoint while we're here. I've probably already looked at it on my other profile, but we'll have a look at it again on here. Viewpoints are something that they added in ETS and ATS at some point, and so there's quite a lot of them that I've not actually been and looked at, because they were added after I'd already been to areas of the game. But it basically is just where you go to a, well, you'll see in a second. So this is for the Billy the Kid historical exhibit. So then you normally can just drive in somewhere and you'll go over a thing on the map, a marker, which I'm trying to see where it is here. Oh, there it is, it was just hiding. And then you can go on it. And then you get like a little sequence that just shows you the little bits and pieces. Hey Rogue Squadron, how are you doing? Just playing a little bit of American Truck Sim today. I've started a new profile up, so I'm literally starting from the beginning again. So I'm literally just doing my second truck journey. So we're in New Mexico at the moment, which is quite close to where I started my, which is where my home garage is. So for now it'll be quick jobs, because I need to get the money to get a truck. So until then it'll just be quick jobs. Now I will be playing on my other profiles for American Truck as well. It's just for this profile. Just wanted to start from the beginning again. Just have no monies. Have to go through all the levels to get bits and pieces again, like you do. You know, if you want to get certain engine upgrades and things, you have to go through skill levels. Right, anyway, that was that viewpoint there. So we're in this truck at the moment, which is this Freightliner, which we've got some trees that we've got to take to Albuquerque, to the rail export depot. Hey, Katie. We've just got to follow the road round out of here again. Yeah, exactly. All I've got is my can of Orangina with me today to see me through. So as I said, we're in a Freightliner, which is quite weird at Freightliner truck, because every time I think of Freightliner, as I said, I keep thinking of Class 66 with it written on the side, or containers from the olden days with Freightliner written on them. But anyway, I got $2,000 already, so I don't think I'll be going hungry tonight. I think I can have a nice steak dinner tonight, I think. A bin liner. That's what my friend used to call the Dreamliner when he first started working on them, Katie. Because they're always like being a pain in the bum. He used to call them a bin liner. But of course they've got a bit better since over time. But that was when he was working for TUI, and TUI had their first deliveries of Dreamliners, and he said they were a right pain in the bum. Like any little thing that would come up, and it would basically say, computer says no, I'm not going to like operate properly unless, like, you know, it was just a bit of a pain. The plastic princesses. Yeah. I mean, I remember when Southern first got their 377s and the software was a pain in the bum. It was like literally, you'd have to go into London Victoria and then you'd have to wait about a minute before you were allowed out of the train. And the reason the driver used to say at the time was because the train wants a GPS signal to basically tell it that it's safe to open the door. So the train wants to know that it's actually, according to the GPS, it's sitting at a railway station platform, so it knows whether to open the doors. But the trouble with London Victoria was because it's literally got a shopping mall above all the platforms, the GPS signal was very hard for it to get through to the train. So the train would have to sit there for about a good minute before the signal, so it had enough of a signal, or managed to get enough signal to think, oh yeah, I'm actually in a place where I'm safe to open the door. So everyone had to sit there and wait. And this is like when the 377s first entered service, and then obviously over time they changed the software, I guess, to basically say that, you know, the driver could basically override it. So if the driver felt like they was in a place that was safe, they could just automatically just let the train decide that it was safe to open the doors, more or less. So it used to be a nightmare when you used to go to Victoria, because it would be like, as I said, you'd all be standing there like waiting to get off, and then the driver would say, sorry about the wait. I'm still waiting for the train to decide whether it's safe to open the doors or not yet. So yeah, anyway. And of course, you know, software gets updated over time, so but as I said, Victoria was just bad because it had literally so much stuff piled on top of the platforms, you know, shops and everything else. It was just a signal. It was a bit of a pain to get through. Good job there wasn't a fire. Yeah. Well, then there would have been like a big national inquiry, wouldn't there? I mean, there probably is a manual way that you can open the doors, but obviously that means, like, if you do it that way, then the train has to then go into a depot to be sorted out. A bit like when people will open an emergency slide on a plane. So it's probably a similar things. You can probably activate something that would open the doors in an emergency, but then it would mean that the train would then be unoperable, if you know what I mean. It would be out of service, so. Yeah, your emergency cords, indeed. Bit of highway maintenance going on there. So this is my second job now, Katie. My first job, like when you always start a new profile in trucks, is literally like a short drive from A to B, and then this is like the first job that I actually could choose where I'm going. So what I'll do is, for every job, more or less, I'll ask chat if there's a job that takes their fancy. And then obviously if I don't get a response but in a reasonable amount of time, I'll just choose my own. Looks like I'm got so much fuel on here. One thing I will be turning off though, I think, is the sleeping thing. Actually, you don't really need to do... Can't really do sleeps anyway, can you, when you do quick jobs? You just ended a flight. Oh, okay, you're back to doing flights again, are we? I didn't know if you were back to doing flights again. Yeah, I think for the time being, at the moment, if I'm doing any streams, it'll be sort of around the 2 to 3 o'clock time scale, more or less. Unless I mention otherwise. Did a long flight, Glasgow to Hammond, in Tunisia. What was that on in the 777 again? Was that the 777 freighter? Socorro or Socorro. That makes me think of a Volkswagen, but that's called a Sirocco though. But yeah, Rogue. Yeah, Katie likes flight simming, so she likes to do freighter stuff in air hauler. You still use an air hauler too, aren't you? Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, she likes to do her freight stuff. Misplaced air freight. That's her airline, well, freight company that she has. Used to do a lot of flight simming, not done it in a long time. Yeah. I still do it now and again, Road, but normally if I'm streaming it's either balloons or drifting stream. I need to carry on with my drifting streams. Last time I left it I was in China, so I need to carry on really. See if I can get around the world before Microsoft Flight Simulator 2028 comes out. Right, I've got 31 miles to go, which on this map will only be a few minutes. Used to use P3D. Yeah, I had P3D up until I think I went up to version 4, but then after version 4 I didn't bother. I just used to have up to version 4 and then used to just fly in 4, I think it was. I never went to 5 or 6. I don't know, Rogue. I don't know them personally. Maybe someone in in the chat does though. It's a good job this isn't train sim, because if this was train sim, those trees would already be fully grown by the time I got to the end. Yeah, I need this for now and again, Rob. It doesn't mean every stream will be with this new profile. It was just because I wanted to add some mods, but I just didn't want it to break the other profile that I was using with all my monies and that on it that I've had forever. So I thought, well, as I'm just adding some different mods on here, I'll leave the other profile intact. And I hope you're well, by the way. Nice to see you. Just all these grey roads everywhere. Like every road is a grey road almost, unless I sort of start to double back on myself. But so I've based myself in Roswell, New Mexico. On my other profile, I was based in San Francisco, because to be honest, when I got ATS, there was literally only the California DLC, and I think it was like whatever other one, Arizona was it, maybe? So there wasn't really a lot of choices. Have I seen any UFOs yet? You do sort of like get a lot of like there is a few little Easter eggs out there that I've covered before in streams in the past when we've been when the New Mexico map was a new thing. But what I'm doing in this stream is I'm literally just trying to expand outwards. So wherever even though my home garage is Roswell, what I'm doing is, instead of starting Roswell every job, I'm literally just going, well, I'm going to start from whatever place I finish up in, just to sort of like go out a distance. So the next job I'll choose will be from here, well, from the town rather, not from this spot, but, and then just go to another place and then just keep doing that for a bit. See how far I can get to before the end of the stream at you know, in a couple of hours time or whenever. That's all. Let's pop in here. Oh look, there's some more trees there, look. But yeah, there's a lot of UFO and alien stuff in Roswell that you can see, you know, like stores or bits and pieces. Quite a fun little town to drive around. Just have to move around a little bit. Trouble is with these, in fact, I'm gonna just straighten up a little bit here. That'll do. No point rushing too much. I know, I think they did it on purpose, Rob. Terrible. So there we go. So that's the second job done. And, oh, we're on level 1 now. So what I'd like you all to do... You get better with practice, Rogue. Believe me, when I first started playing this game, I couldn't reverse a truck for my life either. So, yeah. Right, I'd like you all to just help me out here. So I've got one skill. Now, where would you like me to put this first skill? Obviously, if you could, not on fuel economy. Not while I'm doing quick jobs, because basically, no point. But if there's anywhere else you'd like me to put it, long distance, high value cargo, fragile cargo, high value to bring money in, says Katie. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes. High value. There we go. We got 2 on high value now. So that's good. I mean, long distance I'm not too bothered about at the minute. But yeah, high value, yes. No point in having fragile cargo because I'll just break it anyway. Okay, let's do high value then. And yeah, they'll have a look at the next jobs again. As I said, quick jobs, unfortunately, for now. So we're here from Albuquerque. So let's see what we got here then. Let's have a look. We can do some cement, silica, buttermilk, moving containers, machine parts, aircraft wing, interesting. Trees, well, we just done that. Transformers. CK and just in time, not good. Yeah. And fuel economy, yeah. Move the aircraft wing. Yeah, I'm thinking about this. The only trouble with the aircraft wing, though, Rogue, is it's literally taken me back to where I've just come from, more or less. So it's probably not the best one, purely because it's going back to where I've already been. But we do have another aircraft wing here that's taking me up to Raton, so that's a good choice. So we'll have a look to see if there's any more aircraft wings. Talcum powder, waste paper, plows. Yeah, I know. I'm just I'm not bothered about the value distance thing at the minute. I'm just scrolling through and then just seeing. I'm going more by route length, actually, because I'm trying to think, instead of doing like a long distance one, more, you know, I know you can also go by price per distance, but I'm just thinking of like the any interesting cargo rather than where it's going, or, you know, toys, aircraft wing. I think we'll do this one. It's a shame that the truck isn't exactly the best looking truck out there, but we can take the aircraft wing. I think we'll do that one, and then that'll end up almost on the border. So then we'll be into Colorado. So we'll just keep going, see where we end up. There's the aircraft wing there. Looks like a little wing from something like a private jet or something, I'm guessing. Looking at it anyway. You know, something like a Gulfstream or something. A wing from a Gulfstream, something like that sort of thing. Right, I might just have to fiddle with the thing again, the adjust the seats again, because I think it's for every truck, I think you have to change the field of view. So I'm going to put it back to 85 again, and then just I think it was my seat position, just down a couple. There we go. Right, we're in a Volvo actually though. Just open the window a little bit, get a bit of sound in. Of course, and all the different trucks have all got their different dashboards and the different sounds and things. So in a way it's a good thing, you know, like for example if you're new and you don't really know what truck to drive, then obviously in quick jobs you can kind of find your favourite truck. There might be a truck you kind of like the dashboard in or the sounds it makes. You know, some trucks can look really nice, but then as soon as you start doing the turning and it goes tick tick tick, that really can annoy you. That's obviously got that thing built in to detect when there's a, you know, when you've got a vehicle near you or something. So this is 234 miles. So you also forget, don't you, on the ATS map how far away everything is now. You might look on the map and think, oh, that's not very far, and then you realise when you start the job you've got 200 odd miles to do. I've got a new mail. Well, that would probably be from the bank offering me loans and things. Orange Belt State, whatever that was said on there. Still do the right turn thing on here, can't I? So I'm going to risk it. Just cruise along at about 57 or so. I think I've got to come across to the right here. Hey Sap, how you doing? Just playing ATS again, but just on a new profile. Just wanted to just do a profile where I'm basically starting from scratch again. So I've got no monies or no trucks. Just so I could set up a different place to start from. And so we're just doing quick jobs at the moment. So this is the third job I'm doing so far on the stream. Taking an aircraft wing. Here. So we've got a Volvo truck here. suppose in a way this is a high value cargo, isn't it? I was actually doing a stream in your honour yesterday, Sap. On my ETS stream, I basically picked up a yacht and I was telling everyone in chat that it was your yacht. And Carter said, oh, did he get the yacht free with the chair that he bought? And I said, yeah, I think he did. Of course, when I got to the other end, I think I had like 1% damage on the yacht. And I thought, well, Sap's not going to be happy when his yacht's going to turn up with some dents in it. See, I do think of you guys when I stream sometimes, you know. Even when you're not there in person, I still think about you when you're in spirits. We were thinking about what the yacht was going to be called. You know, I said it's probably just going to be called the Irascible. And someone else said something, but I can't remember what it was. But it was quite good. I think it was Egbert. Thought of a name for your yacht, I think. Oh, there's a commuter station there. It's making me think of Train Sim World. You know, when you play those American DLCs with the railway stations in. Second choice chair was 40 quid cheaper. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I heard that you'd got a new chair. This truck is like very bouncy. Like it's encountering turbulence. Must be because of the aircraft wing. It's actually Captain Jenks coloured, isn't it? That aircraft wing, the blue and the yellow. It's in Captain Jenks's colours. Well, it's the cover with the yellow, but obviously, you know, it's not yellow and blue, but you know where I'm going with this. Because he used to like yellow and blue. When the trucks are rocking. Trouble is though, I'm going to have to do some truck journeys through the night, because the only trouble with a quick job is it more or less just carries on from the time that you left off as. So I'm going to have to do some night times on this stream, which I know is not everyone's cup of tea. But at least it's not 1-to-1 scale, because we'd be here all night otherwise. Literally. Right, I'm going to start my drive at midnight, and then by 10 o'clock in the morning I'll have arrived. If I could cheat the system, actually. I wonder if literally just before I drop off, I then use the dev console to change the time of day to like 7 in the morning and finish the job off. But then I'm just hoping I don't get penalised for being late or something. I don't know what time you've got to be here for 3:55 a.m. on a Monday. So if I set the time to say 3 in the morning, at least it means that when I start the next quick job it's from 3 in the morning maybe. It might make the day go through quicker. If you know what I mean. Otherwise what will happen is I'll finish this job off and it'll be probably about 9:10 as it's saying, and then I'll have to start the next job from 9:10 instead of sending the next job from 3, nearly 4 a.m. kinda. So I might do that. What do you think? Do you think it would be a good idea? Oh, a Kit Kat. Anyone want a Kit Kat? Kit Kat vans has gone past. Well, truck or whatever. Oh no, headlight uses. I'm a naughty boy. That's $80. That's all my money gone. Someone's probably going to say, turn off those things. Yeah, I might do. I've got to sort out the sleep one, because I like to sleep when I want to sleep rather than when the game tells me when to sleep. Glow in the sky now from the sun setting. Cold drink, that's what I've got. Got my cold drink with me already. Dev console on it. Yeah, I have. I think it goes. It's not work. It doesn't work on a profile by profile basis. It's basically global. So what I might do is, before I just deliver this, I might just stop just before I get to finish the job off and just set the time of day to 3 in the morning. Because it says it's going to be late after 3:55, so if I set it to 3, at least I'll know that I can drop it off and it'll still be on time. Yeah. I mean, I think this has got a fridge in here. Oh, no, this one doesn't have. For some reason, I thought I was still in the truck that I was in the last journey with, which was the Freightliner with the nice microwave and everything at the back. That probably had a fridge. Food City. Oh, how funny, Sap. I was thinking of the same person, actually. Have a guess what the number one thing most... Is it the... Well, I don't know if it would be the right answer or not, but I know a lot of them were quite impressed about the filter coffee machine on his dashboard. I don't know if that's what you're going to say is the answer, but I know a few people seem to like the coffee machine. The coffee maker, yeah. And they all commented it was like driving like a big pickup truck, didn't they? The way it was like, the way that it just drove. You know, or one of those big RVs. They were all quite impressed with the turning circle, for example, and also the pickup. I mean, it is a very high horsepower Scania anyway, so it should go quite well. But yeah, I think a lot of people in chat though aren't too impressed with him, because I think he wants to sort of like put a lot of American stuff on it, don't they? And they're like telling him, leave it as it is, you know, leave it like with all the Scania bits, don't start like customizing it with American things. I think a lot of the chat in the comments seem to be going anyway. I mean, I think, you know, if he just wants to do whatever he wants with it, whatever, but I sort of see where they're coming from as well. But yeah, it's quite interesting, I think. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... before I actually go in and click on the thing, I'm just going to change the time a little bit. So I'm just going to go here, and then I'm just going to set the time to I can't remember if it was set time, was it? Oh, I can't remember the command now. I wonder if it's... oh, there we go. Already had it from before. So I'm going to set it to 3. There we go. And then... it'll just make the night go a bit quicker. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I'll look at what you guys have been writing in a minute. I know that some of you have been writing a little bit. I'll catch up in a sec. Oh, that was an abrupt end there. Let's see if I can get in here. Should be alright, I think. Well, maybe not. Oh, that was a mess. Some of these American things, don't they? They're turning circles are really bad. Right, let's just try and get around here a little bit more, I think. Well, that might be enough. I think we might be alright now. Swing it round at the end. That'll do. It's not perfect, but as long as I've got the green. It's because his chat don't understand his job with the scanners to make it appeal to the market over there, drum up enough interest to make it worth scanning as well to jump through all the red tape. Yeah, definitely. Right, there we go. Let's have a look. Right, so we've got another one to choose. Which one would you like me to put this one this time? We got high value, we got hazardous cargoes, fragiles. Probably don't want to bother with the long distance at the minute because I'm sort of more focusing on, not really so bothered about how long the distance is at the minute. I'd rather have shorter distance ones just so that I can then do lots of different jobs of different cargoes in the stream of different manufactured trucks. You do high value again, Katie. Okay. We'll do that then. Right. Another quick job. Right, we're going to start from where we left off. So we started off here in Raton, so we'll see what we got. Big tyres. Maybe we should do the big tyre one, because Carter had mentioned big tyres, although it goes just over there into Texas. It's not too bad. If you see any jobs though that you quite like to look at, just mention them in chat. We've got some JCB ones as well that have just popped up now. We've got a electric dumpster JCB, and then on the other one is a backhoe loader. I'm not worried too much about how much the money is, although this one's quite good money, 5,000. That last one was a big rig. Which one? This one? Or the cement one? Oh yeah, it was quite a big one, wasn't it? It's going into Colorado. The cement one. We could do the cement one. Shit money, I know. But and then you got the. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about big tyres. Now the reason I'm thinking about big tyres is when I did my first drive, I was asking chat to choose a job, and then literally just about the same time I chose a job, because chat was taking a little while to sort of mention a job. Then Carter wrote in chat, "Oh, big tyres sounds interesting." So I thought, well, while there's a big tyre one there, maybe I should do big tyres, because then, you know, because Carter had mentioned big tyres earlier. Yeah. So I'll probably do this one purely because it was something that Carter had brought up, and then I'd already chosen a job, so I think I'll do this one. And I don't know what truck we're driving. We're back in a Freightliner again. with the double mirrors, so not only do you get the screens, but then you get the one outside as well. So there you go, there's the big tyres. And it's 3 in the morning now, which is why I said, so what time is this job due in? Oh, it should be daylight by the time we get to the other end, so got to make it CADA compatible with the Windows. So it should start going to sunrise soon. I'm not sure what time exactly, but just got to try and work out where the entrance is. Is it over here? Oh yeah, duh. I'm looking straight at it. Where's the exit? Well, it's like right in front of me. Duh. As I said, the dashboard on these Freightliners reminds me of the PC overclocking apps that you get on your computer. You know, where you get a tool from, you know, like a overclocking, or what your fan speeds are, or what your CPU clock speeds are. Maybe like a modern day BIOS on a motherboard these days. Gonna go over to the other lane because I've got to turn left up here anyway. Clayton Road. That's making me think of the darts player Johnny Clayton. I don't mind the night lighting in American trucks, actually. I know streaming at night is not always the best thing, but I mean, if you're not streaming it, I don't mind driving around at night times in ATS because of all the signs that they have up everywhere, you know, with the lights and things. But obviously it's not the best when you're streaming, which is why I want to try and get through night time as quickly as possible. Or try and help night time, especially doing quick jobs, go a bit quicker. So I've got no idea what my first truck is going to be with this profile. It'll be something cheap, but at least, you know, a lot of things have changed. I mean, when I first started playing this game and I was going through my main profile that I have, you didn't have to use Truck Market back then. You always had to buy a brand new truck. you couldn't go to a place where you had second-hand ones to choose from. So at least when I get to about a certain amount of money, I can buy a nice, decent second-hand truck. Coca-Cola lorry. Slow incident ahead. Okay. Just come over here. Oh, Coca-Cola truck. Probably caught carrying Pepsi. Just noticed on my that little digital camera up there, it shows a little warning triangle, doesn't it, when there's another car close to you. I suppose that's just warning you that there's a car to the side, just so you don't pull out into their lane and hit them, I suppose. Starting to get a little bit lighter now, the sky. Probably hard to see, but starting to see, like in the rear mirror on the right there, a hint of sort of like orangey coming in, and over there, for example. So I think the sun's going to be coming up soon. I think this is Clayton that we're going through at the minute. Oh, I can hear a train. The number one bar. What else is there? Pizza, Pizza Mazzo, Hansy Bands, Garden of Eden. These traffic lights are making me think of Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, where they take forever and then they literally probably turn to red again in about 5 seconds after they go green. I've got this feeling by the time I get to the lights they'll be changed again. I might be lucky though. It might be nice. I think we might be alright. No, I mean if these were GTA 5 lights, definitely would have gone red again by now. Daylight's starting to appear. 125 miles to go. Yeah, you can see where the sun is going to come up over there in a minute. Oh, there's the train. It's one of those wonderfully long American freight trains. You can get mods to make the trains a realistic length, but I always find that they can be more trouble than they're worth. Because obviously with the game map scale the way it is, you know, a train might only be a, you know, if they make a freight train in in ATS look the same length as a freight train in America, it could, instead of it being a mile long or whatever, with the game map scale it ends up being like 40 miles long. And then you might drive to a town 40 miles away and then you're trying to go over a railway crossing and the back of the train is still where it's parked up somewhere, is literally stopping you from going over a level crossing. Do I use I use my gamepad. I don't have a wheel. I'd love to have a wheel, just don't have the space for a wheel, so I have to use my Xbox controller to steer. That's what I'm using. Xbox controller. Dalhart discovered. I wanted to tell you that the stream has slight interruptions. Yeah, it probably does. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately. But thanks for letting me know anyway. It's always nice to know. I've got it running on a tablet and I look down at that now and again. And sometimes I can notice if it's running quite bad. I don't know if any of you else of you are having interruptions, because sometimes it's just how the Twitch can be in different places as well. So you see, I'm running on a PC that's very old and I have a very slow internet connection as well. So it's not the best. I mean, I can see on OBS I've been dropping frames now and again, but Yeah, I mean, as I said to people before, my PC, I mean, the CPU is from 2011, still running DDR3 memory. The 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 newest part of my PC is the graphics card, and even now, it's not the newest thing anymore. I mean, it's equivalent of being in between a 2060 and a 2070 Nvidia card, which, you know, for 1080p gaming is all right. But obviously, it's not up there with all the latest cards that you have these days. So it is what it is, really. It is what it is. I mean, most PCs now you buy, I've got DDR5 memory. This is still on DDR3. Yeah, there'd be some games that won't run very well on my PC, but then again, as I said, you know, I'm not playing at 4K either. So when you go down to 1080p, there's a lot of games that still run pretty well at that resolution. You know, there's no point me, you know, thinking about 4K gaming with this graphics card, because then you'd be into sort of like, you know, not good situation. So some of the games I play, you know, it doesn't really matter about your PC because it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I mean, Train Sim Classic, for example, just likes single core speed more than anything else. So you could have like the latest multi-core PC with a 4090 graphics card, and to be honest, you won't really notice too much in Train Sim compared to what you might have had in the past. I mean, it will be a little bit quicker, but it's not a big huge boost. Same with games like OMSI, things like that. If you like games like OMSI, you're not going to notice a big huge difference than, say, for example, if you got an old PC and then you had something like Cyberpunk with all the ray tracing on and stuff, and then you got a better PC and then you could turn all that sort of stuff on and run at a higher res, then you notice a difference. Or Flight Simulator or whatever like that. How's Flight Sim working for me? Mostly alright. As I said, I just run at 1080. You know, Flight Sim's one of those games where you don't have to really be in the hundreds of frames per second to enjoy it. You can basically run Flight Sim at 20 to 30 FPS and you can still enjoy it. So as long as you've got a PC that can kind of do like 30 FPS, for example, as a good medium, then you can't really go wrong. But again, you know, Flight Sim's another game. You know, if you could, a lot of it can depend on the scenery you've got installed, or if you've got a lot of AI traffic installed. You know, if you're flying into Heathrow and you're on VATSIM and there's like 90 planes at Heathrow, then your frames are going to suffer, whether you've got the modern day PC with a 4090 or a 5090. You see it on streams all the time, people with those setups. You know, even with two streaming PCs, and when they go to places in Flight Sim that have got, you know, a very highly detailed airport, and they've got lots of AI traffic running and VATSIM and everything else running, and suddenly their frames can be lower than what they want their frames to be. You know, their frames will still be very good, but compared to how it runs when all those things aren't running, then obviously they notice a difference. Thanks for the follow, IC2XS. Which Freightliner is that? I don't know. I'm doing quick jobs, so I literally just choose a truck and then it's just a Freightliner, so I don't know in particular which model it is. I don't know if there's anywhere where I can look and it'll tell you which truck it is, which Freightliner it is. I mean, I can go from the outside, but as I said, it's can't really help, because I didn't choose it. It's just a quick job. You just choose a job and it's that one. I mean, it's obviously quite a recent model because it's got like the mirrors, the digital mirrors and things, so it's probably one of the most recent ones that they do. Because I'm literally just started up a new profile, so I'm literally just choosing a job and then we're just driving it. So I'm not picking a certain truck, it's more about what the job is, what the freight is. So you thought it was the Peterbilt T680. Yeah, it's got Freightliner and everything on the wheel, so like I say, I don't know. I mean, it says, what's that over there? Cascade, I think. Is that over there? Is that what it says? Cascade or something like Cascara or something? Got no idea. I'm not too good when it comes to the American trucks, as is anyway. I mean, I'm not what you call a truck expert. I just like the game because it's quite a good game to talk to people in chat and to chill and drive around and just do jobs. Freightliner Cascadia, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it is. Yeah, Cascadia, that's it. Yeah, but it's obviously just one with the very basic cab, so you don't have all the stuff behind. You know, the bed or the microwave or the TV on the wall, etc. As I said, it's just you just pick one, a sleeper cab. Yeah, that's what I meant. So this is just very basic, nothing here. You said you just started. Yeah, this profile I started. I have got other profiles. I play this game a lot, but it's just that I just fancied starting from scratch again with this profile. So I made a new one up, where I'm just starting from the beginning with no money. Because some of my profiles have different mods on. So I've got my main profile, which I've had for years and years, which I've built up over time. And I just thought, well, why don't I just do a stream where I just start again, in a way. That's what I mean by just started. I mean as in this profile is new. But as I said, you know, even though I've been playing it for a long time, you know, whenever they bring new models of trucks out, I don't know all the models. I just go, oh, they've got a new whatever's come into the game, you know, an International or Volvo, and that's it. And then people will pop in chat that would be into trucks, and they'll go, oh, that's a so-and-so, and yeah, you press the I button and then you can go through all your little bits and pieces here. Yeah, I know all that. Yeah, as I said at the beginning when I started driving this, it's a bit like when you get a good BIOS on a motherboard. It's reminding me of an overclocking app that you get on your PC to check your fans and how fast what the temperature of your CPU is. That's what it reminds me of. You know, when you get an Asus motherboard or something, you get some utilities you can run in Windows, and you get like a dashboard that comes up and it's like, your processor is this temperature. So all I'm doing is I just started with my home garage at Roswell, New Mexico, because on my other profile, my original profile, which I've had for years and years, it's got San Francisco as my start garage. So I thought, well, I'll start from Roswell, New Mexico, and then literally all I've been doing is just driving along doing a quick job, and then wherever I finish the quick job off is where I start the next drive from. So when we get to the end destination here, that's where I'll be starting the next journey from. It's just to see really how far I can go in a stream. I don't know where I'm going, because what I'm doing is I just tend to ask everybody that's watching, you know, we'll go through the jobs and I say, was there any jobs there that look quite interesting? And that's why we did the big tyre one, because someone mentioned, oh, the big tyre one looks quite a good job to do. So I thought, well, we'll do that one. Is this a detour here? I wonder. Yeah. Right, okay. Well, and what I'm going to do is I'll just drive up here and you have an ASOS ROG motherboard. Oh, Republic of Gamers. Yeah, this motherboard I've got on my very old PC is Republic of Gamers, but it's a motherboard from 2011. Yours is a ROG 2, a bit newer, yeah. Anyway, we'll come off down here. How do you look to see your CPU temperature? Well, I don't know. Normally there's like apps that you can get, aren't there? Like Reaver Tuner, is it? No, I don't know. You can get apps and stuff that you can use to check what your CPU temperature and that is. I mean, your motherboard normally comes with like software that you can use, that you can download, or it come, you know, I don't know if motherboards still come with do you still get a CD with newer motherboards these days? In the past, when I got my motherboard, you used to have a CD with all the bits on, and then you could go to the website to download them as well, because what was on the CD was always out of date by the time you went to use it. But I think, as you know, the Republic of Gamers will have like an app that you can install on your PC, you know, a software or whatever that tells you all your temperatures and everything, or you can just download other ones. You can't find which motherboards you have. Normally should be written on the motherboard itself. You know, if you open your case up, it's normally written on the motherboard what one you have. Somewhere. Or, as I said, if you install the software, then it will tell you what motherboard you've got. Yeah, CPU ID, hardware monitor. Yeah, that's it. Like I say, it's not something I've done for a while myself. I only tend to look at CPU temps if my computer's starting to speed up, mess about. And that sometimes, if, for example, you know, I might need to just, you know, redo my CPU with the thermal paste, because obviously thermal paste lasts for a certain amount of time, and then obviously it starts to deteriorate, and then you start to get, you know, your CPU starts to warm up a bit again. Oh. The other way you can find out what motherboard you got, though, of course, is when you go into your BIOS. So when you start your PC, you just press the button to go into your BIOS, and then it'll tell you what motherboard you've got on there. It'll tell you what BIOS version you got for that motherboard, what motherboard you've got, because everything is read from that. So that's another way you can do it. Now on my PC, you just press the delete button when you're booting it up, and then it will go into the BIOS. But obviously some PCs you have to press like F1 or something else to go into the BIOS. But for me, I have to press the delete button to go into my BIOS. Where do you go to apply new paste? Well, what I do is I just tend to just like take the CPU fan off my PC and just apply it myself, because you can just buy the paste in the shop. You know, you order it, or you might have some left over. Well, if you bought a pre-built PC, then obviously no, you'll have to get the CPU paste yourself, but there's plenty of channels out there where they'll tell you about where to do CPU paste stuff. But I think on average, I think for me the last time I applied paste on my CPU was probably about 4 years or so ago. But as I said, which is getting on a bit now. But as I said, I'm not really seeing any signs that my PC is running unstably or anything like that at the moment, so I'm not too bothered about it just yet. Because I do have quite a big overclock on here as well, so my CPU does warm up anyway. So if it starts to act up, I'll notice it definitely if my CPU starts to run unstably because of the overclock I've got. What's my PC specs? An i5 2500K, which is a CPU from 2011. The clock speed for a default i5 2500K is 3.3 gigahertz. It's a 4-core processor, but with mine I overclock mine to 4.5 gigahertz, because the i5 2500K and the other processors in that production, which was the Sandy Bridge processors, were quite good at overclocking. So I run mine at 4.5 gigahertz. You have to have a good CPU cooler for that though. You can't just use the stock one, because the stock one wouldn't be able to cope. So you have to get a different CPU cooler. I've got 16 gigabytes of DDR3 memory. Yes, DDR3 RAM. And then some SSDs, and then a graphics card, which is an AMD card, which is a 5700 XT, which is kind of somewhere in between a 2060 and a 2070 from Nvidia. It's kind of in the middle. So as I said, very old PC really, the graphics card being the newest part, even though that's not so new anymore. But oh, the I used to call those, was it the bulldozers, wasn't it they called those? I think one of my viewers used to have one of those, if I remember. 83 FX 8350. Brother, you want to talk about DD3 R3? No, not really. You've got a Ryzen 7 3700X 3050 with a 1060. Yeah, that's the one you used to have. Right, let's get rid of this. Right, almost got to a level 3, so we haven't got another thing just yet. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose another job again. Another quick job. You got it for free, that's nice. That's cool. Yeah, unfortunately no one really in my family are into gaming PCs, because I know that if they were, then whenever they were going to get a new PC, I'd probably get their hand-me-down. But no one in my family really is into stuff like that. Just me, really. Right, we got Amarillo. That's where I ended up, wasn't it? So we can choose a job from here. We got some cable reels, scaffoldings, meat, a lift truck, mobile air compressors, dry fruits, construction houses, moving containers, frac tank, whatever that is, a crawler tractor, a sugar beet, quite a few different ones. I don't know if there's any there that takes anyone's fancy. I've just got to try and make sure it's not one that really goes back to where I've just come from as well, because if anything, we've just got a lot of maps to explore here. I'm kind of liking the idea of the construction houses. We got cable wheel, but then that's taking me all the way back to where I've just started from. But it's also quite a nice paid job as well. Got a lift truck. Oh, that one's not too bad. A lift truck going to Woodward, Oklahoma. So that's literally just kind of round like that. That might be quite a good one. It's a very big load as well, like £118,000. Going to let someone else choose this time. Do you know what? I'm thinking about this one just because it's a really big one. I don't know what truck that. Oh, there you go. There you go. It's a Kenworth T680 2014 high-rise sleeper. So that's what that one is. So you can kind of, there you go. So you can actually see what the truck is by just going over it. A lift truck. Yeah, we'll do that one. See how that goes. Probably be chaos. Wow, that's a different dashboard right there, isn't it? Wow, those that horn. It says I've got an oversized load. Wow. The wheel looks good. Yeah, I've got to probably just change the view a minute again, because I have to do this and every time I get a different truck to drive. So I like to just adjust the field of view a little bit. I like to just get a bit more of the truck in if I can. I can probably go to about, I just want enough so I can get the wing mirror in, so that'll do, and then I'll just probably go down a little couple. There we go, that's better. Right. So yeah, that's alright then. What we got in the back? Oh, that looks quite nice. Got a microwave, a telly, got a couple of drawers. Can't complain about this one. And yeah, it's quite a long one. I don't think I'll be parking that up anywhere. Just got to try and work out which way to go. I don't want to go right, do I? Just hope I've got enough space when I come out here. Got a feeling we might be scraping the wall. We might be alright though. I'm not liking this much. Yeah, well, just nothing to see over there. I did wonder if it was going to be a bit of a pain to get out over here. There we go. Well, it wasn't too bad. It could have been a lot worse. Is that the entrance? No, it must be round here, is it? Yeah, there we go. How am I going to get out of here? Honestly, you didn't hit it. No, I mean, if you look at the wheel, there was a couple of wheels that went over that little white wall thing. So it's going to be interesting how it's going to come out of here, though. But I might have to do. Oh, is it going to hit that car? I hope not. It's like oh, it's not too bad. We'll be alright once we're out on the road. Skill driving. Well, I wouldn't say skill driving, but yeah. This isn't gonna go. This isn't gonna work. I might have been better to have taken it a different way, actually. might have to go. Hang on. Might have to. Might have to go out here. You're gonna have to wait for me to come out. That weren't as bad as what I was. I thought I was gonna get stuck in there, to be honest. I did actually think I was gonna get stuck there. It's a good job that that ground wasn't wet, because I think I would have got stuck in it. You know, if you're playing a game like Mud Runner or Snow Runner, you'll know what I'm on about. Probably the wheels would have got embedded in the ground, and then I would have just been spinning mud everywhere. Oh, you're not going to come beside me, are you? You naughty van. Naughty van. Hey, Egbert. You've just come at a great time. I'm just taking a very long truck somewhere. It says stop. Well, I'm not stopping. Right, hopefully I can go after this car. There we go, right. It looks like we have to go round on ourselves up here. According to the GPS anyway. How are you, Egbert? See, once you're actually out on the road, it's not too bad. It's only when you've got to park up or take it from the parking. Just watching from your mum's garden. Another location to put on your list. I mean, you've watched from a railway station somewhere before in the past, so another place. Well, I'm just pulling out. I'm just hoping for the best. Oh, sorry. I did say I was hoping for the best. Oh dear. Well, never mind. Someone will have to claim on their insurance. I've been really good, and then Egbert pops in and I start to hit things. Don't know if that's coincidental or not. It's normally when Katie pops into chat I start crashing into things, but yeah. Anyway, we're following the roadsides to Oklahoma City. 210 miles. Well done, Eggy, says Katie. Yeah. Reached an achievement. Made CK crash. Is this new DLC? No, not at all. Just a quick job. I mean, it might be something that you need DLC for, Egbert, because this might be with the heavy haul DLC, this trailer and cargo. But those DLCs have been out for ages. The next new DLC coming out for American Trucks is on July the 10th, which is the Iowa DLC, which no doubt I'll be streaming again. That's what CK is for in the name, Crash King. Yeah, instead of Cash King, it's the Crash King. It's good though, because obviously you can... I mean, this truck is a Kev Welford, because I can see the KW. So, yeah. Crash converters. Yeah. There's that little red flag down there, flickering. .7 miles per gallon, my fuel economy. I think they should have that on the 737, shouldn't they? You know, they should have on the 737 on the screen. They do have how many tons of fuel you use up in an hour, but it'd be great if it had it in miles per gallon. Boeing 777 and then the miles per gallon next to it, or Concorde with the afterburners on, how many miles per gallon you're using up. Oh. Shamrock, 1 mile. That's making me think of Aer Lingus. Shamrock 222. So it didn't take long to think of aeroplanes again, did it? You really shouldn't reinstall this. You keep buying DLC and not playing it. Oh, you're funny. I suppose that's a bit like someone that collects like model trains and then never puts them on the layout. They just have them in their boxes and just sit there. I really should get a layout. I've got so many model trains I've bought, but I've never actually got them out onto the layout and driven them. All those people that like to sort of be social media influencers, and they'll go into a shop. Well, they won't actually go into a shop. They'll just say to somebody, I want all the shoes in all the colours, and then I might wear one pair, and then all the rest will just sit in boxes forever, and I'll never wear them again. Oh, ABC Eyewitness News. Oh, this is definitely something they can have an eyewitness on. No, don't do it! What are you doing? Terrible. Cutting me up. I was just about to go over to the right. It's like he's reading my mind. Well, anyway. There's no point trying to overtake someone that I can't even overtake, so I might as well just go back to this lane anyway. I mean, it'll probably take me all day just to get up to 75 as is. I think I'll have to go downhill to get to 75. bypassed the way station. Oklahoma. We're now in now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a 5-minute break in a moment once I've dropped this one off, and then I'll be back. Just some IRL things to do. Just realised I still had some orange drink left to pour out into the glass as well. Just bought Missouri in the sale. Yeah, I only got I didn't get too much truck stuff in the sale. There was just for ATS. There was a couple of trailer packs that I hadn't got, and they were 50% off. So I thought, well, I'll just get those. And then there was, I think for ATS, there was a Michelin pack thing that I hadn't got, and it was about £1 something. I thought, well, I'll get that. So I think I probably spent about £5, I suppose, in the Steam sale, and that's probably going to be it, really. One thing you should do though is if you see something really cheap on the Steam sale, have a quick look at CD keys as well, because you might find that even though it's in the Steam sale really cheap, CD keys is still selling it cheaper. Looks like the AI is having a... The AI is not having a good day over here. I'm gonna come over to here, I think. Yeah, you two can argue it out together. It could be my end type thing, Katie, because you're not the first person to mention about my stream being a bit weird. I do have it on my tablet, and I keep looking down at it now and again, and I always think, well, as long as I can see the streams running, at least I know it hasn't cut off completely. But so it might be a thing. I mean, I have dropped some frames, but it's like, so far I've dropped about 1% out of the whole stream so far, so it's not a very big amount. But I don't know if it's, you know, it's Twitch or it's, well, I mean, obviously it's partly my end, but I don't know if Twitch is adding a bit more to it or anything. Could be a bit of both, really, Katie. Keeps, yeah. Maybe just give it a refresh, Katie, and see how it is then. Quite a few little Jeeps there. Is that car supposed to have... Oh, I was about to say, that was late filling in that car with the textures, wasn't it? trying to think how many meters long that is. Must be what, 20 meters maybe? 20 to 20. Oh gosh. I panicked then. I saw the cars in front of me. I thought I was about to crash into them. Walmart. So yeah, I've got Sissel's trailer pack as well installed, which you get on Steam Workshop. So that'll be your most valuable resource sits there. Sits here, he says, pointing them. Yeah. Gary Boulevard. For some reason I thought it was converging the road, but it wasn't. Red Battery Incorporated. Wonder what they do there. Sealing. Oh, selling. Sounds like the perfect place to be on eBay, isn't it? Selling. Right. I know. We just need some tumbleweed, don't we now? As Sap would say, a bit of tumbleweed. $47 miles to go. Some wind turbines. Any trains going along? Nope. So yeah, like I say, when I drop off this, I'll just be going AFK for about 5 minutes, and then I'll pick another job to do. We'll see where that one goes. I think I'll have another skill to add in a minute. So any ideas of where I should add that skill whilst I'm just driving along here? Good job my brakes worked. almost ploughed into the back of that. Nice little towel back behind me now, which is nice to see. Has there been another incident up there again? I don't know. Loves. Interesting. Cardinal. Should have been Carder NL, that one. That one should have been Carder NL. Is that like a little tractor going along there? No. Oh, it's someone with a little train thing on the crane on the back there. What they use to like examine street lights type things. JB Hunt. Right, we've got another viewpoint coming up. I'll see if I can pull in and look at it. Depends where it is though. Cooper Construction. That's making me think of Kinder Surprise eggs. That posted truck, because of the colours. Makes me think of a Kinder egg. The ATS bank, is that the Alan Thompson sim bank? I bet with their new TSW route coming out next week, the old bank balance will be rising up. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Somebody walking with a pram over there. I'm just wondering now, I'm going to go over to this viewpoint. There's the fire station. I bet that light's going to change as I get to it. And then it's not going to change, isn't it? Nope. Oh well, never mind. Don't know if I can see that viewpoint or not. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. That'll do. Just leave it out on the road, look. Hey, Noxie. Good time to appear just as I'm causing chaos on the roads again. Don't know what that is on the... Sorry about that thing there on the top right. I can't get rid of it. Holy moly. Sorry about that blank box up there. Oh, that looks nice though. At least you've got a nice little fountain there that you can walk around and look at. Yeah. We got someone's dog walking around. We got some artillery over there. That is one long trailer. Yeah, it was. It was. Oh look, there's somebody standing up there on like on a veranda or something. That's a big gun. Yeah. Couldn't exactly put that in your pocket, could you? I'm just going to shake your hand and have a binding contract. It's making me think of Red Dead Redemption again. Looks so great. It's, yeah, anyway. Let's get out of here. Well, anyway, we'll just sort of manoeuvre around and... We're almost at the drop-off, Noxie. I was just literally like, yeah, anyway, we'll just make my way back. Hence where we come from. So yeah, I'm just doing quick jobs at the minute, Noxie. I've just started another profile on ATS, so I'm literally starting from the beginning on this one. So it's all quick jobs for now, because I haven't got a truck yet. Which place is that? Let's zoom out a bit. It's Woodward, which is in Oklahoma. That's where we are. Woodward, Oklahoma. I'm jumping right into the hard stuff. Well, I think it's just because, you know, Katie got me to do high value cargo, so obviously those kind of jobs then just suddenly appear, don't they, really? And obviously, oh, prime rib roadhouse, that's making me a little bit hungry now. Well, I just meant as in, like, starting off without any money again, that's all. On this profile, Noxie. I mean, obviously, I can't pretend that my excellent driving skills can be forgotten. I can't just throw my previous driving knowledge out the window as well when I'm starting new. At least it's not like you have to reverse park these. You can literally just drive it in somewhere. I think when this game first out and you got something like this, you could actually try and reverse it into somewhere, and that was when I just gave up. Especially with the way that those trailers work when you're trying to reverse, as in they go all over the place. Yeah. Got for the challenge? No, I think it was just... We were just scrolling through and it just sort of appeared, and I thought, well, it is the heaviest one on here, so I thought, well, why not? Because we've been doing all sorts of different jobs, really, like big tyres, or what was the other ones I was doing? Scaffolding. So I thought, well, this one's going to pop up, so I'll just take it. I mean, if you don't have the heavy haul DLC, for example, then it's not going to show. That's a nice little car there, isn't it? Look at that. It's making me think of Thunderbirds. Bum bum bum. Right, we'll get over to the other side. Big tyres are boring. Yeah, it's because what I was doing was we were looking through a list, and I'm talking about big tyres. Look, how funny! You talk about big tyres, and then they showed up. It was just I was just asking people, you know, in the viewers, like, you know, is there any jobs here that look interesting? And big tyres sort of appeared, and thought, well, we'll do some big tyres. And then we did trees as well, which were like little trees on a trailer. The only one you can really do is where can I place it, and that's basically straight ahead, more or less. Oh, a little bit, I kind of forgot about the bonnet sticking out on these. Something else gets stuck somewhere. Oh, I see. I see what happened now. Yeah, okay. It wasn't the truck that got stuck. It was the, it was that. Well, okay. Yeah, right. Oh, um, you see, in reality, that lamppost would collapse, you see, and it doesn't collapse. It needs to have proper collapsible lampposts. Oh dear. Well, that's what you get when you... Oh, gosh. Right, let's see if we can get in here. Damaged goods already. Please work. Yes. Phew. Thank goodness for that. Oh dear. Well, there you go. See, this is what I like. Excellent. You get an excellent even when it's a bit like Train Sim World. This, you know, when you play a scenario and you still get all your points. Right. Anyway, let's. Before I go, we've got one skill point. Where should I stick it? We got all these. Don't say just in time or fuel economy. Hey, he's back, Carter. We just had a trailer with Cardinal written on it. I said they spelt it wrong. Fuel, you having a laugh? Noxie, don't troll me. You're trolling me. Where's that timeout button? Where's the timeout? I'm doing quick jobs. Terrible behaviour. I need to put you on a timeout for half an hour. You're not kidding. Yeah, well, I suppose it works later on, but I'm doing quick jobs, so it doesn't really make no difference to me about fuel economy. I mean, when you've got your own truck later on, then fuel economy is important. But at the moment, I don't own a truck. Fragile, says Carter. Yeah, we do one fragile, I suppose. There we go. You know what you're going to suggest, yeah? High value. But yeah, fuel economy right now when I've got quick jobs, it's like it's not really going to help me much, is it? High value all the way. It's about not having to get gas every hour. Yeah, but that's okay because at the moment with a quick job, I'm not really having to get gas yet. I haven't got to the point where I'm doing long distance and I can stop at a gas station because I haven't got to that point yet. I'll get you later on down the road, but for me normally fuel economy is normally the last thing I add. You know, like you can do 10% fuel saved. But we'll do a fragile as well, you know, just to be a bit different. And then what I'll do is I'll pop back in a minute. I'm just going to go AF OK. Have you noticed I've called myself Hermes? I called myself Hermes. Don't ask why. But anyway, I just hate looking for gas. HV, yeah, we'll do HV next again, Katie. Don't worry. There'll be high value next. Anyway, let's have a look to see what jobs are coming up next. Anyway, that we can look at doing next. Well, where did I end up, by the way? Can anyone remember? Woodward, wasn't it? I ended up. Yeah, Woodward. Right. So anyway, these are the jobs that are coming up next. Waste paper, reservoir tank, vegetables, construction houses, corn. Aluminium profiles, a rail car mover, a reel loader, autonomous tractor or industrial pallets. There you go. So you think about some of those, and then when I get back in a few minutes, then you can all decide what cargo I'm taking next. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, I'm back now. Let's have a look, shall we? HV corn. This one, I'm guessing. This one here with a Volvo VNL 860. We've just done a really heavy one, Carder. That's why I was just thinking about different ones. Right. So 2 people have said corn anyway. Katie said corn and Noxie said corn. So I'll probably do the corn one. I did the big tyre one earlier. I don't know if you were here when I did that, Carder, but you'd mentioned big tyres, and then I did big tyres a couple of jobs later. Okay, we'll do this one anyway. It's going to go up into Hutchinson, Kansas, with a Volvo. Oh, this is very farming sim, isn't it, this one? Right, I've just got to change my angles again. I think it just... So this wouldn't be too bad if I had my own truck, because I only have to do this once, but that'll do. I just tend to go up and then a couple down, and then that'll do. Right. Right, I think we're going to... Oh, you mean for the windscreen heat, I guess. Do you know what's funny though, Carder? I didn't even notice them until you mentioned them, and now I can't stop seeing them. Let me know if the truck sounds really loud, because this one sounds louder for some reason, but I'm not sure if it's just where I had the volume up or not. So if you're having trouble hearing my voice, let me know. I'm waiting for Katie to say something like pardon. The natural choice. Woodward News. Yep, this truck is not Carder compatible. I'd have to put a new windscreen in for you. A Carder compatible windshield. We'd have to get the windscreen in from a Class 700. I hear they're scrapping 43s. Yeah, they've been scrapping 43s for a while, Carder now. Some have been scrapped, some have gone to Nigeria, some have gone to Mexico, some are still up in Scotland. And then I think even a freight company's using some HST power cars to haul freight with, I think, if I remember. I know there's somebody in the UK that hauls freight with a Class 43 power car. Hey, welcome back, Noxie. We've not long left. We're going to be heading up to Kansas. We're going to Hutchinson. And we're taking the corn. There we go, we've got the trailer for the corn. Very much reminds me of playing farming sim, these trailers. You know, when you've got the corn and whatever, and you've got to take them to the place in farm sim to sell. Farmer's barn over there. That's all there is in Kansas. And Dorothy, don't forget Dorothy and Toto. And the yellow brick road. And tornadoes. Yeah, there you go, yeah. Yeah. It said yield. Well, I'm just pulling out straight off. I think we're just going beside the East Coast main line at the moment. With all those. It's making me think of overhead railway lines, seeing them power cable things. Oh, somebody watching, parked up, spying. Yield for nobody. No. Hello, Mr. Policeman. So it's going to be night time by the time I get to the... Oh, did you get what I meant? Night time. There's another... What is it with all the police that are just sitting around? Waiting for people to come by. That's like the third one I've seen. Too many cops in the middle of nowhere. I know, Noxie, I know, it's terrible. Don't know what they're doing. It's making me think of Truckers MP. He used to get the old admin parked up everywhere. Something's up. I know. Probably me. They've probably heard about some dodgy corn. Some dodgy corn about. On the 183. As soon as we mentioned about police cars, we ain't seen one since. Oh, actually, is there one following me? I think there is, isn't there? I think there is a police car following me. Looks like one anyway. Yeah. Oh, he's following me. He's tailing me. I'm from out of state. He's waiting for me to do one little thing like speed or not put my headlights on. He wants a bit of my corn. think I've got time to do one more job after this one. I think I'll just have to pick one that's not got a huge long distance on him. You'll have to bribe him with some corn, yeah. Have to tell him some corny jokes. Oh, I've got to stop here. Welcome to Greensburg. Oh, is that a glider? Is that someone towing a glider over there? Oh, level crossing. Time to do a what? Wait for train. Train. Oh, he's not there. He's gone. Opa, yeah, I know. It's that same sort of sound, isn't it? Oh no, he's still there. He's hiding. He was really tucked up at the back there. The trains don't actually hit you, Noxie. I've tried it. They actually slow down and stop before they get to you. So, and also there's an invisible wall on the level crossing, so you can't drive over a level crossing if there's a train going over, because it's got like an invisible wall that appears. But if you sit in the middle of the level crossing and wait for the train will stop before it gets to you and just parks there. Unlike GTA 5, no, well, with the indestructible train, yeah, exactly. I think I've seen YouTube videos where people try all sorts of things to try and derail the train very hard. They're basically like built with the same material as Superman, basically. Right, it's becoming night time again. So when was this job due? 3:51 in the morning, okay. I mean, the only time I've seen the train derail is when you play in story mode, to be honest. I mean, I've tried it myself, but I gave up. But in story mode, you have to drive a train and then it crashes, I think, if I remember. So that's the only time I've ever seen it. I'm not saying it can't be done though, but I'm trying to think if I ever carried a train, because at some point I got that helicopter that has the magnet on it. I can't remember if I actually managed to pick the loco up off the track. Might have just been trucks or cars that I've picked up with it. Seems implausible. I think for GTA 5 you could get like a gravity gun as well, but I don't know, I can't remember if you had to use like one of their mods or something, but there was like a gravity gun mod don't know if it... I know that you could shoot people really far in and cars. A bit like the thing that used to have in Half-Life 2, the gravity gun. Kind of worked the same way. But I don't know if it worked with the train or not. Right, 57 miles to go. So what I'm going to do on this is, it says the job is due in at 3:55. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the time to about 3 AM just so that I can drop it off and then not see so much of the night time in quick job mode. That makes sense, because otherwise I'll just carry on from the time I've left off. So at least if I do a quick job at 3, probably about nearly 4 AM by the time I pick it up, then the sunrise won't be too far away again. I don't know if there's a beacon on there. No, there's not. Yeah, quick jobs do. Not the location, but the time, Noxy. So, for example, if I choose another quick job, it's going to carry on from literally the same time I left the other job. So, it's what, 5 past 10 now. So, if I do another quick job, it's going to be, you know, literally about 11 PM by the time I get there and parked up. But if I change the time to about 3 in the morning, then it'll carry on from 3 in the morning. If that makes sense. It's only for quick jobs it does it, because obviously when you're choosing, when you've got your own truck, then obviously you can do whatever you want. You can have a sleep, do whatever. You know, like you can finish a job and go, right, I'll sleep for 3 hours now. Well, not sleep for 3 hours unless you use it the way I'm doing it, but you know, I think if you go to a sleep point, it will then say, well, 8 hours or whatever it is. But I like to choose my own sleep, so I use the dev mode to do it. I use the dev console, so I can, if I want to, I can sleep for 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever. I can sleep wherever I want to, so I can just park up on the road somewhere and just sleep. I don't have to go to a sleep place. I can just park up in a lay-by or whatever and just sleep wherever I want. I noticed, though, if you pick up in a place far away, it's not the time as what you expect. Yeah, but that's probably because it's taking time zones into consideration as well, I suppose, Noxy. So if you're picking up somewhere that's got a different time zone, maybe that might be what you mean, perhaps. I'm not sure. And also what happens is if you're doing that quick jump feature, then you do have time that expires. It does sort of say this journey is going to take 3 hours or something and cost so much money. So that might be what you mean as well. You know, if you're doing that feature, the quick jump, whatever it's called, it will say, well, it's going to cost this much and a certain amount of time zooms past. So right, and before I go and click on this, I'm just going to change the time. Right, let's change the time to 3 o'clock. There we go. Right, so now 3 a.m. Now I'm getting the old customer expects delivery really soon thing. Best to use the console. Yeah, I do like to use the console for some things, for sure. Especially when it comes to sleeping and stuff, because then I can choose when I want to sleep and for how long and where as well, obviously. Oh! Never mind, nothing to see. It's a good job they haven't got, it's a good job it's not like Beam MG, because that would have been a bit of a wreck. Probably be pulling the bumper off the other car now, the other truck. That's what happens when you have the camera and you can't see what's coming up in front of you. Never mind. Right. Let's see. I probably got an excellent again. Yeah. Yeah. No damage, which is nice. Oh, we almost got to another level. So Katie, you can't have your high value just yet, but nearly. Right, let's just see what jobs I can take from here now. So we're now in Kansas. We're at Hutchinson. We've got, let's see, we've got empty pallets, wind turbine tower. Could be interesting. Backhoe loader, used packaging, nuts, a boom lift, scaffolding, moving containers, a wood chipper, a compactor Volvo, interesting. Scaffolding again, soya beans, almond boxes, glass. Very much a CK parking story, yes. Does anything there take anybody's fancy? Wood chipper maybe? That's with a Peterbilt 389 Ultra Cab Sleeper. That could be the Volvo. What is the compactor Volvo? It'll probably be like a trailer with a Volvo sort of thing on the back, which is going to Enid. So we could do that one to finish off the stream. Yeah, I think it's just like a Volvo tractor type thing of some sort. Unfortunately, I can't actually tell you what it is because you can't actually see it, but we can do that one, considering that there's 2 of you that have mentioned that already. So we'll do it anyway. It's with a Volvo VNL 300, 400 horsepower. So it's another Volvo again. But we'll see what that's like. Let's see. There you go. It's basically like what we would call in the UK like a steamroller, although it's not steam, but I guess it's used to squash things down like tarmac or whatever on a road, or asphalt or whatever, or anyone that you don't like, perhaps. Oh, this one's all right, card. Look, it hasn't got all them black lines on the windscreen. You'll be happy with this one. It's got to do that thing again. I think it's like every single different truck you drive, you have to do this thing. So if you're driving the same truck over and over, then obviously you don't have to do it all the time. But I think it's just because I'm choosing different trucks, and it's like, well, this truck is saving the seating. Super heavy. It's not too heavy. 37 tons, I guess, in American pounds, that is. Goldfinch. For some reason I thought it was going to say Goldfinger. Goldfinger. Right. It's 3:24 anyway. So this is going to be the last job today for the stream. So I've got 26,000. That's not bad. Still can't afford a truck yet, but I reckon another stream or two, and I reckon we'll have enough. I don't mean to get one with a loan. I just want to get a used one to start off with. You know, something that costs about $80,000 to $90,000 or something. A used truck. Problem your side, was it? 4 meg download. What's my download? I think my download is 3.5. If you're talking about megabytes per second, if you're talking about megabits, then it's about 35. My internet connection. Saying that though, I'm not actually uploading at a big rate anyway. I think I'm only uploading at a certain speed, so not unless you had other things going, or maybe you had some other updates of things downloading on the side. I don't know. Oh, I can actually turn right here, can't I? Silly CK. I'm hoping that it'll turn to daylight soon now. For this DLC, for this Volvo, you have to have the DLC, I think, for the Volvo that you can get. That allows you to have some Volvo stuff. There's also another one, I think, for JCB that you can get. So if you're interested in them, they're probably on sale at the moment in the Steam sale. So if you want to take some Volvos. Sun should be coming up soon anyway here. So hopefully it won't be too... Oh, was the railway crossing going again? Or was that for something else, I wonder? Oh no, that's just for roadworks. Oh, I've got to stop here, I think. Yeah. Wait at this red traffic light. Oh, it's an old Mercedes there. Bum, bum, bum. Should go green in a minute, I hope. There we go. It says we're dropping off at about 7 in the morning, so it should be light again by then. So at least for the next stream, when I do these, when I carry on, it'll be daylight again. And I have to look at the used truck market at some point, see what trucks I can get. As I said, I want to try and not get a loan if I can get away with it. Which was like, as I said, when I first started playing ATS, the used truck market wasn't a thing yet. Oh. Well, sorry about that. You alright there? Dear. Well, anyway, carrying on. I seem to be having more accidents now as the stream goes on. I was alright at the beginning. Maybe it's just, you know, maybe I'm getting tired. And they do say the longer you drive, the you get tired. Maybe that's my problem now. Because I mean, it's only been the last part of the stream where I'm starting to crash into things. I was alright most of the time. But hey, at least this windscreen hasn't got them black lines on it. So there's hope, Carter. You might be able to get a Volvo without them. Maybe it's a cabin accessory. Or maybe the more expensive ones have it and the cheaper ones don't. Bit of traffic build up behind me now in my rear mirror. I did like that ETS Volvo FH44. Yeah, I think they've got the newer Volvos in ETS now, the ones with the 850 I think engines in, I think, or 880, whatever they are. I can't remember when they added them in though, but I think you can get the Scanias now with the 850s as well. Do you know what? I can't really remember. I think I'm so used to just driving the trucks that I like to drive that I don't bother thinking about new ones. Sometimes when they bring out some new trucks, I'll give them a go in the stream. Like when they get the new DAF truck or whatever in the sim, try them out, and also the electric ones as well, because you can try the electric trucks out in quick drive. So there's an electric Volvo, Renault you can drive. I think they've got an electric Scania as well, but I can't remember if it was a Scania or it was someone else. But the Renault one definitely is an electric truck. But you can only drive them in quick jobs in ETS. I think the FH44 is the one that I've got, which has got my Swedish flag on the front, the blue and the yellow colour. I still like to drive that truck sometimes in ETS. Yeah, you can see it's starting to get brighter now, so the sun's starting to appear soon. That's interesting. Have we got a toll booth up here? What would we have a toll booth for? A toll plaza. Wow. Not often you come along across a toll toll road in on here. Fictional, is it? Why would they put a fictional toll road in? This is the, yeah. But are we in Kansas now? We might have come out of Kansas now, though, maybe. I don't know. You can always look it up on Google. Google's always your best friend. Look up toll roads in Kansas. See what it says. What road are we on anyway? This is the, don't know what it is we're on. I remember kind of thinking about it though. I remember a toll road in when I used to visit my friend in Connecticut, but I think that was mainly to go over bridges and stuff. On the because we used to drive down the I-95 for a bit, and then when we used to go to New York, it was always like she had to have an easy pass on a dashboard, like a little box for an easy pass. But I think that was when she went over like the Tappan Zee Bridge and stuff, you know, like over New Jersey, from Connecticut over to New Jersey. And I think she had to have it for like that. So when she went through the tolls, and also when she went to work, because I think there was a couple of bridges that you had to pay a toll on, so you could literally just drive through it and it'll come off her. It would read like the little box on her windscreen. Right, this is Oklahoma we're in now, so it was just before. Maybe it was like an experimental road. I mean, because we got a motorway here in the UK. You have to pay a toll to go on. I can't remember where exactly it is, but oh, failed to visit the rail station. I forgot about that. It's not often I forget to visit the railway station. How did I miss that? I'm normally quite good with them. I can't believe I missed it. This is what I mean. It's like I must have been looking outside. This is a disaster. $320. That's my day ruined now. Because I know SCS, they normally like to do things as much as they can quite accurately. So, like I say, I'm wondering if there actually is a toll road there. Yeah. Because I mean, SCS like to put things in that are more or less, you know, using reference and stuff. So I thought if there is a toll road there, I bet there probably is one there, but I know they're redoing the Route 66 at the minute as well for a revamp. Because I know Route 66 is an ATS, but I think they want to make it even more accurate, I think. Oh, we've just missed a train apparently. That was a shame. Which way was it? Oh, there it is. You can just see it in the distance. Normally they're in urban areas and major... Yeah, I mean, the major bridge ones make sense because, like I said, when my friend used to live in Connecticut and she had to keep going to New York to work because she used to have to keep travelling to Kennedy Airport a lot. And I remember she had an Easy Pass thing on her car. Because there was a couple of bridges she drove over, but then also I remember when we went over New Jersey and then went over on the Tappan Zee Bridge, and then that was Easy Pass as well. Enid. Always makes me think of Enid Blyton when I come here. I mean, that road also in the game is quite short, but obviously that's because of the map scale, so it was probably a good distance, that toll road. Yeah. Cool thing though is I remember when I used to go and visit her, so we always used to go on I-95 quite a bit, and then when I went to Florida, and then of course I-95 goes all the way down to Florida as well, so then there was a point where I was driving in Florida, not me driving but someone else, and we were going from like Miami to Fort Lauderdale, and then we were going along I-95 again. I thought, wow, that road's pretty long because it's the same road that's like up in Connecticut and New York State. There comes the other. I bet that's the one that just sort of gone round in a loop. I shouldn't really be parking there. I'm very naughty. I shouldn't really be parking there at all. I'm blocking the exit. Very naughty. Interstate 95. Good things come from Cisco. Lucky that police car's gone. Yeah, I think he got fed up and bored, Carter, to be honest. Actually, that's just reminded me of someone that used to come into my streams now and again. His name was Volvo Trucker. Donut Planet. That's making me think of theme park for some reason. You know, like when you have theme park and you have these vendors, these fictional vendors that sell things. Donut Planet kind of makes me think of it. Or Planet Coaster or something, you know. I'm just going to go into Egbert camera mode for a minute. There's a long line of trucks over there, isn't there? Right, anyway, we're coming to the end, so I might as well say thanks to all of you for watching the stream. I do appreciate it. Hope you've had fun watching me take various cargoes from Rosrail all over the place. We had all sorts of cargoes, from Volvos to big tyres to grain, scaffolding at the start. Quite a few others, but I can't remember them. That's how bad my memory is. What else did we oh yeah, an aircraft wing, wasn't it? That was one of them. I think that was the second one that I did. An aircraft wing. Of course, you can get a mod out there that will put the real liveries on those trains there. So those are all fictional liveries. So probably my next trucking stream will be back onto the Grand Utopia map on ATS. And then the next ATS stream might be before the new DLC comes out on the 10th, I'm not sure, but if not, the next ATS stream will be when the new DLC comes out on the 10th, so it'll be the day after when I do the stream, because normally the DLC comes out on the 10th, but it doesn't actually, isn't available on Steam until late in the evening, so it'll be a stream the next day, so it'll be the 11th probably, when I start to drive around and explore that new state. Right then, let's park up here and then park somewhere. Let's see, where do I need it? Over there somewhere. Let's try going around this way if I can. I'm probably going to get myself into trouble, but you never know. This might work out, it might not. I'm hoping it's going to work out, but they're probably going to punish me, and is it going to be... Oh, it worked out in the end. Oh, that's a bit low, isn't it? Oh. That was a bit sneaky. They made it so that my... Gaming Expert 2345, thanks for the follow, welcome. Just well, it seemed an easy one, Noxy, and then they obviously you can't. I mean, in reality, I'd just go and move and open that door, but there you go. It's all right. We'll be all fine. We'll be fine. I know. I went round there and I thought, oh, we'll get it in there. So sneaky, aren't they? So sneaky. naughty. But anyway. Oh, have I lost my tablet here? Has my tablet gone off? Oh no, I've lost chat. I forgot to plug my tablet in and the battery's gone out. Oh dear. What a disaster. Hang on a second. I can't see chat. Oh. Right, let's have a look a minute. Lovely parking job. Thanks, Noxie. No panic. I know. I was like, why has my tablet gone out? And of course I was sitting there and I wasn't charging it up. So the battery went dead. I didn't even notice. Never mind. That will be that for the stream anyway. So yeah, thanks for watching. No doubt I'll see you all in another one. Or actually, before we go though, I've just got to add another high value, because Katie said high value, so there we go. So I'll add another high value. So yeah, anyway, we managed to make 31,000 today. That's not bad. If I can do a few more streams like this, or have enough to get a used truck. Thanks CK Fun. No worries, Noxie. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks to everyone else for popping in as well. There was Noxie, Carder, Egbert, Sap. Thanks for popping in. Follows Gaming Expert, etc. Katie, Egbert, Rob Powell. There's quite a few of you here. If I've missed anyone out, I apologise. It's just my memory's so bad, like a sieve sometimes. So if I have missed you out, it's not intentional. Who was it? It was, let me see. I can get my chat to scroll up. Hang on a second. Terrible. Who else was here? Someone beginning with W. I feel really bad now. Wheezies. There we go. Rosie's. Yeah, Rosie's popped in with a follow. That was very kind. I'm terrible. Right, anyway, I'm going to go away before I get myself into trouble. Yeah. So, let's see, who else? Icy popped in. Icy2XS. He popped in as well. Yeah. I think that's more or less everybody now. And obviously, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting out of here fast. I'll catch you all later. As I said, next ATS stream could be before the 11th of July, but if not, it'll be the 11th of July with the new Iowa DLC. There will be a truck stream before though, but that'll be on ETS, back on Grand Utopia map. Just driving around that for a bit. So until then, I'll see you all later. Take care of yourselves. Have a good evening, and I'll probably see some of you in other streams. If you're not actually streaming yourself, like Cardiff, for example, I'm sure I'll pop in and see you at some point in the future. So I'll say ta-ta for now, and see you again another time. Bye for now.